Dr. Mireya Mayor's credentials read like an adventure novel. The Miami-born scientist, often called the female Indiana Jones, boasts a resume that includes discovering new primate species, surviving malaria in remote jungles, and even a stint as a Miami Dolphins cheerleader. But her current pursuit may be her most controversial yet, leading a scientific expedition to prove the existence of Bigfoot. Mayor's journey from mainstream primatology to cryptid research wasn't straightforward. After her groundbreaking discovery of the mouse lemur in Madagascar, the world's smallest primate, she became increasingly intrigued by reports of unclassified primates. In scientific circles, there's this unspoken rule that certain topics are off-limits, Mayor explains. But when you look at the sheer volume of credible sightings, the consistency of descriptions across cultures and centuries, it demands investigation. The Expedition Bigfoot team represents an unprecedented fusion of field science and frontier exploration. Alongside survival expert Russell Accord, researcher Ronny LeBlanc, and investigator Ryan Golembesk, Mayor has spent years developing a rigorous methodology. Their toolkit includes advanced LiDAR scanning for terrain mapping, environmental DNA, EDNA, collection systems, array microphones for bioacoustic analysis, a next-generation thermal imaging, AI-assisted pattern recognition software. This isn't your grandfather's Bigfoot hunt, Mayor notes. We're applying the same technologies used to study endangered species in dense rainforests. The breakthrough evidence. The team's most compelling evidence comes from multiple convergent lines of inquiry. The thermal footage. During a 2023 expedition in Washington's Gifford-Pinchot National Forest, the team captured 47 seconds of thermal imaging showing a large, bipedal figure moving through dense underbrush. Analysis by primate locomotion experts revealed several anomalies. A stride length exceeding known great apes. Shoulder rotation inconsistent with bear anatomy. Apparent height between 7 feet 2 inches and 7 feet 8 inches. Hair samples collected near elaborate tree structures revealed a genetic profile that continues to baffle researchers. Initial sequencing at UCLA showed 78% degraded human DNA, expected from environmental exposure. 15% unknown sequences. 7% showing remarkable similarity to pan troglodytes, chimpanzee. Dr. Warren Foster, geneticist at the University of Idaho, notes, the chimp-like markers are particularly perplexing. Either we're seeing remarkable contamination or something that challenges our understanding of primate distribution. As Mayor puts it, science isn't about proving what we want to be true. It's about following the evidence wherever it leads. Right now, that evidence is telling us there's something in these forests that deserves our attention. Whether this ultimately leads to the reclassification of Bigfoot from myth to reality or simply deepens the mystery, Mayor's work represents a fascinating intersection of adventure science and academic rigor. In an age when many believe we've mapped every corner of our planet, her research suggests we may still have surprises waiting in the woods. In pursuit of the impossible, a scientific team's high-tech hunt for Bigfoot. Deep in the old-growth forests of the Pacific Northwest, a team of researchers is conducting what may be the most sophisticated search for Bigfoot ever attempted. Armed with thermal imaging, environmental DNA sampling, and artificial intelligence, the Expedition Bigfoot team, led by primatologist Dr. Mireya Mayor, is determined to answer one of the world's most enduring mysteries. Does an undiscovered primate roam North America's wilderness? A bold new approach. After years of fruitless pursuit, the team devised a radical new strategy. Instead of chasing shadows through the woods, they would let Bigfoot come to them. Survival expert Russell Accord volunteered as bait, venturing alone into known hotspots while the team monitored him remotely with an array of high-tech equipment. The forest went completely silent. That's always the first sign, Accord recalls. Then the cameras picked up movement. Something large, moving fast through the trees behind me. What followed was a tense sequence of events familiar to veteran Bigfoot researchers. The unmistakable sound of bipedal footsteps, the crack of branches under immense weight, and that signature musky odor witnesses have described for decades. Yet, like countless times before, the creature melted into the wilderness before revealing itself fully. The breakthrough sighting. The team's persistence paid off weeks later when Accord captured what may be their most compelling evidence to date. While scanning a remote valley at dusk, his thermal camera detected a massive heat signature initially dismissed as a bear. Then the figure stood up. This wasn't a bear rising on its hind legs, explains Mayor, who has studied primate locomotion for decades. The transition to bipedal movement was seamless. The posture, the gait, the way it turned its head to survey the area. Nothing in North America's known fauna moves like that. The thermal footage, reviewed frame by frame at their base camp, shows a large, fur-covered figure estimated at 7 to 8 feet tall moving with purposeful strides before disappearing into the tree line. For Mayor, the implications are profound. We're either looking at an unknown primate or the most elaborate hoax in history, and the consistency of these sightings across decades suggests the former. Converging lines of evidence. Beyond visual encounters, the team has amassed physical evidence that challenges conventional explanations. Structural anomalies, dozens of massive tree formations, some using logs weighing over 300 pounds, arranged in patterns suggesting deliberate construction rather than natural falls. Genetic puzzles, hair samples containing DNA sequences that partially match known primates but show enough variation to defy classification. Acoustic mysteries, recordings of low-frequency vocalizations that don't correspond to any documented animal sounds in the region. The tree structures are particularly compelling, notes team researcher Ronny LeBlanc. We're not talking about snapped branches. These are intricate weavings that would require significant strength and coordination to assemble. The scientific stigma. Despite their findings, the team faces an uphill battle for academic recognition. The giggle factor surrounding Bigfoot research has long discouraged serious scientific inquiry, creating what Mayor calls a vicious cycle of dismissal. Imagine if we applied this level of skepticism to other field sciences, she argues. We accept that new species are discovered regularly in remote jungles, yet somehow the idea that North America could host an undiscovered primate is considered absurd. This institutional resistance hasn't stopped the team from pushing forward with increasingly sophisticated methods. Their current expeditions employ environmental DNA, EDNA, sampling to detect genetic material in soil and water, AI-assisted camera traps that distinguish between known animals and anomalies, 3D footprint analysis using forensic-grade scanners, infrasound monitoring to capture low-frequency communications. What will it take? As the evidence mounts, one question looms larger than all others. What constitutes definitive proof? Science demands reproducibility, Mayor acknowledges. A single clear photo won't suffice. We need multiple lines of corroborating evidence, DNA, video, perhaps even vocalization recordings that we can compare to known primate communications. The team's next phase involves establishing long-term monitoring stations in high-activity zones, combining motion-activated cameras with passive acoustic monitors and EDNA collection points. It's a far cry from the grainy footage and plaster casts of yesteryear. The enduring mystery. For now, Bigfoot remains in that liminal space between myth and reality, too consistently reported to dismiss outright, yet too elusive to confirm definitively. But as technology advances and attitudes slowly shift, Mayor believes we may be approaching a tipping point. History shows us that many animals once considered mythical, the gorilla, the giant squid, were eventually proven real, she reflects. The difference now is we have the tools to solve this mystery without needing a specimen in hand. The truth is out there. We just need to know how to look for it. As Expedition Bigfoot continues their work, they're not just chasing a legend, they're challenging the very boundaries of what we consider possible in the natural world. And in an age where so much has been mapped and catalogued, that pursuit may be as valuable as the answer itself.